Well, hello friends, we're back again for another video. For you, this will be the next day. For me, it's the same day where we made our video creating our folio. And I might show you what I've done to that at the end, okay? And I will, if you haven't seen the video, I'll link it in the description box below. But we are working again with our Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Fresh Snow paper pad, okay? I had ordered 2, and I'm glad I did because I decided to make this little folio, which you can use individually, or you can tuck it in your journal, or rather clip it in your journal. It's a little big for the pockets. So you can add it with a little, one of these. Paper clip, folio clip, binder clip, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. So what we're going to make today is a little flip folio. Okay, it has a couple of pockets. I haven't decorated these pages because I don't know what I want to do with them yet. They're the centerpiece. But yeah, it flips out like this. Okay, it has a little flip pocket here and a little flip flap there. And it has 2 pockets in it, 4 tags, which I have also created using the paper pad. And I'll show you how to do them during this video. And there's another one there, okay? And I've decorated them up with some fabric ribbon that I got at Michael's. My daughter was making bows for Christmas, and I thought that I might actually have some time to make some of my own. So that's the inside. And then this is the outside, and we have a little pocket here, okay, which I don't really know if you can see. I'm going to try and grab a hold of it. A little pocket there. And there was a little pocket here. I don't have anything tucked in the pockets yet, but as you know from the previous video, this kit does come with pages that have, let me grab it again, some pages that have little tags on it, or, well, I'm not going to be able to find one. They have little tiny tags again. They have little journal cards as well. And where is a stinking page? Like so. And these will fit perfectly into those little pockets. So let's get started. What you're going to need in this case, now let me give kudos. This was a video I had seen from Julia at Camellia Crafts Designs, Julie rather, at Camellia Crafts Designs. And it was one of her one-sheet wonders, which I've adapted to use a 6x8 paper pad. Instead of using, she used a 12x12 paper pad. So I've kind of changed it up a little. But what you're going to need is for this particular one, and I'll link her video in the description box below along with links towards the paper, which I have to say I'm not sure if it's still available, but I will check. I got mine at scrapbook.com, and again, it's made by Simple Stories, okay? What you're going to need to create your folio, this version of it anyway, is 3 pieces of 6x8 paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to fold them in half. Now, because I'm a bit of a doofus, I am going to use my scoreboard. And so you can see the paper is a little bit longer than this particular scoreboard, but it doesn't matter. This paper is 8 inches across. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to score down at 4, like so. And I'm just going to fold my paper in half, okay? And I'm going to do that for all 3 of these. So again, well, this one actually is already folded in half. I was doing a test run, but let me just make sure that it's straight. And that's the reason that I do use my scoreboard, is to make sure that my pages are folded straight. So again, I'm going to do this third one here, and I'm going to score down at 4 so that I know that it is scored in the center. Okay, and I'm just going to take and I'm going to put my scoreboard aside for now. We're going to need it again. And I'm just going to take my bone folder, which I had put away because I cleaned up, and I'm just going to make sure that I score down these edges so that we have a nice clean crease like so. So now you have 3 pieces of paper that look like this, and I'm going to take my vintage photo and I'm just going to ink up this edge here. Okay, I've already inked around all the other edges of the paper in an effort to save time and so that you don't have to sit here and watch paint dry. So I'm just going to lightly ink all 3 of my papers. And now what you're going to do is you're going to create the folio. Now, as you can see here, okay, I have a centerpiece which has thumb holes in it where my tags go. So that's what we're going to make now. Now, because 2 of these papers are pretty on the other side, and this one has a selection of little journal spots and stuff, this is going to be our center page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to put a thumb hole on each side of this. Okay, making sure that that's in the center or close enough. I'm going to put a thumb hole on that side, and I'm going to put a thumb hole on this side and try to make it centered again. And I think we're pretty good. Okay, and I'm just going to ink the thumb holes, okay, like so. Now, in order to construct your folio, you're going to need to glue this piece to these 2 pieces. So the way you do that is you take, maybe I'll make this, yeah, I think I'm going to leave that pretty side out. You're going to take and you're going to lay your 2 pieces together, and you're going to fold over so that you have one of your pocket sides tucked into your other sheet of cardstock. And then I'm going to make sure that all of my edges are matching, okay, and they're pretty good. I have ordered myself a new craft mat from Amazon. I received a couple of Amazon gift cards for Christmas, and I need a new craft mat because this one is just so glued up that it's sticky and nothing wants to move on it. Okay, so like I said, you're going to tuck the middle section into the edge of one of your pages. Okay, you're going to fold it open like so. Whoop. And you, whoopsie, I moved it. Okay, let's make sure that it's tucked in tight enough. Okay, and you're going to put glue around all 3 sides of your pocket area. I'm just going to get rid of that glue mess. When I bought the Precision glue press, it said that certain glues would work perfectly with it and other glues may not. And I'm finding that the PVA glue leaks out while it's in the stand. Okay, I'm going to run a bead of glue along that crease there. Okay, and I'm going to run a bead of glue across the bottom, and I'm going to run a bead of glue along this side of the paper. Now, I hope you're seeing all of that. Yes, you are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to fold over my pocket, and I'm going to push it down onto here. Okay, again, I'm going to make sure that everything is straight and even, and it is. And I'm going to give a little press around here like so, and there we have 1/2 of our little folio. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. Okay, so I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to take and I'm going to tuck my pocket into the edge of my folio. And these aren't really directional, but I sort of find that I like the pictures that are on it facing in a certain direction. Okay, and I think I like that side to show. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to tuck this piece in to the other side of our pocket, and we're going to stand it up, and we're going to make sure it's even, and then I'm just going to lay it down like so. And like I did on the other side, I'm going to take and I'm going to glue around the edges. Now, I am going to try to get through a video without knocking into my tripod. So I'm going to move this over and I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to run a bead of glue along the crease line there. You do want to put glue on the crease line because you don't want your folio to pop open. And then I'm going to run a bead of glue along the bottom. Sorry for reaching in front of you. And I'm just going to run a bead of glue up along this side as well. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to push down, and I'm going to stand it up and make sure that everything is straight and is glued down like so. And there you have it, your basic folio. That's the inside, and this is the outside. Okay, so that portion is done. What I am going to do right now is I'm going to take my corner rounder, and I'm going to round my corners on my pages like so, just the exposed corners that are out here like this. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well, here and here. This way we don't have any offensive pointy corners. And I'm going to ink those rounded edges like this. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to ink these rounded edges as well. And I'm going to turn it and make sure that I have it facing in the right direction with my thumb holes at the top. Okay, there we go. So there is our folio. Quick and easy. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to create the little, what are we creating? Oh, we're going to create the little flip pocket here and this little flip here. Okay, and I'm just going to move that to the side. Now what you'll need to make your flip pocket is you're going to need a piece of card that is 2.5 inches high by 4 1/8 inches wide. Now Julie connected her flip pocket using washi tape. I decided I wanted to make a little fold at the side of my pocket, and so I made this piece longer than this piece so that I could create a little bend and we could just glue the pocket in, and I'll show you here, like so. Okay, you can use washi tape if you'd like, but I created the little bends so that I had a little area to be able to glue these pieces in. So just because I'm not sure if I said it, this piece is 2.5 inches high by 4 1/8 inch wide. And this piece is 3 3/4 inches long by 3 inches high. All right. And what we're going to do is we are going to grab our scoreboard yet again, and we are going to score this piece at 3 3/4 inches. Okay, this way it's going to give us a 3/8 inch flap so that we can fold over our little pocket and glue it onto the journal. Now I'm just going to bend this over like so, and I'm going to ink this little edge here. But when we place it into our journal, we're going to do it this way so that it looks like it's a continuation of the same paper when you flip open the pocket. Now, this particular piece, we want to have enough room in our pocket so that we can slide things in and out. And what we're going to do with this is we are going to score this piece at 1/4 of an inch because we're going to create a little gusset. We're going to score it at 1/4 of an inch, and we're going to score it again at 2 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so this gives us a little bit of room when we glue our pocket together. And again, I'm going to put my scoreboard over to the side, and I'm just going to fold these edges over like so. Okay, and I'm going to fold this edge over as well, like so. I'm going to put a little ink on those creases. Not too much, just enough to make it have a little color. And then we want to put a little bit of a thumb hole in, similar to this one. Okay, whoop. We have a little thumb hole here so that we can reach in and out and tuck stuff in and out. Okay. So I am going to grab my little 1.5 inch circle punch. Do I actually want to? Yeah, I'll make it this big. Okay, and we're going to try and center that up. And I'm just going to snip off a little bit. And of course, it's not right in the middle. But that's okay by me. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to glue these two pieces together. So we want to take this one wrong side up, and we want to grab this one, and we're going to glue these pieces together. So you're going to put a little bit of glue, well, maybe a nice amount of glue, along where you made your fold, and again, also on this side. And you're going to want to put a little glue along the bottom of the edge here, so that when you glue it down, nothing comes shooting out of your pocket. All right, and then we are going to take, I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Am I gonna? Yes, we want to take and we want to glue our little pocket together. All right, I'm gonna flip this over like so and tuck it underneath. I'm gonna lift it up so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just gonna glue those two pieces together. And I'm gonna pick it up again and make sure it's straight, because it doesn't seem to be. All right, and that's pretty good there. All right, and then I'm just gonna glue the bottom down. And now we have our little flip pocket. Okay, I'm gonna grab our journal, and I think this is gonna be the front. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. And we're going to take our little flip pocket, and we're just gonna glue it in the back here, okay, on this side. So I'm gonna grab my glue gun again. You might hear my laundry machines binging. I've been doing laundry for 2 days now. When I knew I was having company for Christmas, I keep blankets on my couch for my dogs. And I didn't want people to have to sit on my little doggy blankets. So I took all of the blankets off of my couch because, of course, I like to cuddle up on the couch when I watch TV at night. Okay, and there we go. You can see I just glued in my little flip pocket like so. Okay, put a little glue along this edge and tucked it in up against the crease, but not too close because, oh, I did make it too close. Oh, okay, well, that's what I get for yapping. All right, so you know what? We're just going to have to adjust this a little bit like so. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay, I tucked it in. Word to the wise, don't put your pocket in too close to your edge. Okay, so now we have our flip pocket inside of our little folio journal. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to, oh, nope, we're good. I'm doing this step by step as we go along. Now we want to create our little flip out for the other side of our back page. Okay, and what we're going to do, you're going to need a piece of paper that is 2.5 inches high by 4.25 inches long, and we are going to score this at 3/8 of an inch. All right, so I am going to get my scoreboard back out and my little score tool. And I've already rounded the edges on here, so you want to take and put your flat side against the side of your scoreboard, and you want to make a score at 3/8 of an inch. Okay, it gives it a little bit more to grab onto with the 3/8 of an inch. Now you can see there are pictures on the back of this because this is a piece of paper that would have had those little journal cards on. And quite frankly, I didn't realize it until I had already cut out the flip. But I think I'm going to I might leave it that way, or I might just take and create a little something to cover that up. But I do not have anything prepared for that because I realized it after I had cut everything out. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to attach this piece. I tried to bring mine up a little bit away from where the rounded corner is. So I'm going to start it just about up here. In fact, there's a little line that I can use as a guide. But I want to make sure that it's not too close to my little flip pocket. So I'm going to put it about there because I don't want this sharp square edge to poke out where my little rounded edge is. Okay, so I'm just going to take and I'm going to put a little glue or a nice amount of glue along here like so. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put down my little flap as close to the edge of the page as I can go. I've been sure to make sure that these will fit in and won't interfere, except for this piece, of course, because I glued it too close, that it won't interfere to the opening and closing of the page. So there you go. You have that, okay? And that's your back page, which had to be amended. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to make sure that I push that down again so that I know that I have a sharp crease on there. Okay? So those are your little flippy flappies. All right? Now what we're going to do is we are also going to add in on the inside for one and on the outside for the other, we're going to add in our little pockets. Now you can see this is one of the journal cards that comes within the paper pad. And I just thought it was so cute because it's just a little postcard. And I figured I would put that out on the edge, the outside, unlike this one where I didn't put a pocket on the front. I put a pocket on the back and I put a pocket on the inside. I think with this one, I'm going to put a pocket on the front and I'm also going to put a pocket on the inside. Now, I could have created gussets for this if I had thought about it, but I didn't. And so I'm just going to make little flat pockets. And I'm going to put glue around the bottom and along the two sides of this. And then I am going to place it down on the front of my journal. And I'm going to push it a little bit over toward the crease because I didn't round my corner. Maybe I'm going to round my corner. My corner rounder is taking a lot of abuse today. I got glue on it before when I was making my folio video because I had already glued something and decided to amend the corner by rounding it. And so, yeah, if it sticks for me later, I pretty much deserve it. Okay, so I'm just going to lay my pocket down like so. And now we have our little pocket on the front of our journal. And I'm going to take and I'm going to glue this one in. You can see here again, this is the back of a page with a journal card on it. And I'm going to take and I'm going to glue this one on here, but I'm going to round the corner before I put glue on it. And I'm going to ink here, okay. And I think that pocket looks nice there. It kind of goes with the white flowers up here, and the colors match the plaid. So again, we're going to take and we're going to put glue on both sides and across the bottom, like so, both edges. Alrighty. I just put my glue back, and I'm going to put this, and similar to the way I do all of my pockets, I like the edges of the paper that I'm gluing the pockets on to show. So I always make my pockets a little bit smaller, and so I can give them a frame. Now, just in case I didn't mention it, because I don't think I did, these pockets are 3 3/4 inches wide, and they're 3 inches high, okay? Let me check those measurements, because for some reason, I think I have it backwards. Nope, 3 inches wide by 3 3/4 inches high. 3 inches high by 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay, so now we have our 2 little pockets added on. All right, and our little flips here and here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some journaling space. Now, as you can see in here, I added a little journaling space here and a little journaling space here. And I'm going to do the same on this one. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take, I had leftover file folder from my folios that I made. And I took and I cut out 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 5. And they're going to fit right in the center here on each of these pages, okay? Because the pages themselves are 6 inches high by 4 inches wide. And so making this the 3-inch across and the 5-inch high, I leave a pretty little border around my journal cards, okay? So now you can see I've already inked and rounded all the edges on both of these, and I'm just going to go around and I'm going to put glue along each edge like so, and a bunch of little glue in the middle. And there we go. And I'm going to put this one on here, making sure it's far enough down from my pocket so it doesn't interfere. Okay, and that seems pretty straight and pretty centered. This pattern going sideways is making me a little dizzy. All right, and then we're going to go and we're going to do the same thing on this one. And go around here like so. And put enough glue in the middle so that it stays stuck down, and so that we have enough glue on there for maneuvering should we need to. And they're pretty even. They look to me to be side by side, and they seem to be in the center of their pages. And so there we have that. Now, what we also need are some pretty tags, okay? And I'm going to show you how I did those too. What I did was I took one of my 6x8 sheets and I trimmed long ways, and I made them, basically, I turned them into 6x6 squares. And what we're going to do, we're going to grab out my scoreboard again. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold these in half. They make a nice sturdy tag that way. You don't have to fold them in half if you don't want to. You could create 4 separate tags, but I like the weight of the tag once I glue everything together. So we're going to take, and since this is 6 across, we're going to score at 3. Okay, I'm going to go down that again, and I'm just going to take, and I'm going to fold this in half, like so. I'll make sure it's straight afterwards, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I thought that this was a pretty scene, and I couldn't figure out a way to incorporate it into the folio itself. I guess I could have, but I decided to use it for tags, and I did it in the other little folio as well. Now, the word Wonderland gets chopped in half. Doesn't really bother me. I can always add a piece of ephemera to cover up the word, you know, add a little something on the bottom, because the paper does have coordinating ephemera pieces, and so I can always glue some of those pieces down if I want to. All right, let's make sure that our tags are folded evenly, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to just go over them with my bone folder like so, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. See, this is a page with all the little tags. I'm just going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to score those seams so they're nice and tight. And I'm going to take and I'm going to ink the edges up. I could really wait because I want to round these corners, but let's just get it done while I think of it. This way I don't forget. We're going to have to ink again when I round the corners, but let's just get it done now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to put a bead of glue along the crease there, and I'm going to come across here like so. I'm going to stay away from my corners, although it doesn't really matter because I've gotten glue on it already. I want to try to avoid getting too much glue inside my corner rounder. Okay, I'm going to put a decent amount of glue, and I'm just going to put fold these 2 pieces together and push down so that it stays stuck. I'm going to put this one to the side, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to put a little glue along the crease and across the top and down the side like so, and down the side over here, and put a little glue across the middle just so that we make sure that our tag stays stuck together. Again, if you're not gluing it together, now see, this fold is off by a little bit. And so I'm just gonna line those edges up so they meet. Come on, like so. I'm just gonna make sure I've got that one meeting too. I may have thrown it off kilter when I scored it with my bone folder. All right. So now let's make sure, yep, our edges seem to be matching up nicely. Okay, let's grab this one because it's probably partially dry. And I'm just going to go in and I am going to round my corners. Okay. 1, 2. I just like the look of the rounded corners. 3 and 4 on these tags in particular. And it makes it easier, believe it or not, with a rounded corner, it makes it easier to get them in and out of your pocket. The pointy edge can sometimes get caught up on things. Okay, let's take this one. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to round the corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and I'm going to go and I'm just going to ink up those rounded corners. You don't have to ink if you don't want to. I like the look of inked edges, and so that is why I do it. Okay. And there we go. And now to make our little tags a little bit prettier, I'm going to grab out two tools, my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher and my Crocodile. And on this, I'm going to use the bigger hole of the two. And I think I'll grab this one because it might be a little bit drier. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to punch a hole right in the center. Hopefully that's the center. Let's just take a look. That seems to be the center. And I'm going to punch a hole in this one. And I'm going to punch a hole in this one. Is that in the center? Probably not. And I think I just bumped you. I was doing so good. Okay. Excuse me. Get the hiccups again. Now what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of cloth ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those fancy corners on them. And what you do, if you've never done this, you take your ribbon and you fold it in half. And now you take your scissor and you start at your creased side, your creased edge, and you cut a little bit of a triangle in there. Kind of meet up to that point up there. And you cut a little bit of a triangle in there, and that gives you that fancy little edge. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it on the other end of my bow, my ribbon rather. And just fold it in half. And just give it a little bit of a snip, like so. I got these scissors at scrapbook.com. I've never used scrapbook.com scissors before. These are the greatest. I got them on a really good markdown. I think I only paid $9.99 for them, well, plus shipping. But I think they're like $20 scissors. If I can find them, I'll link them for you in case you're interested. See? And then I'm going to take this one. And again, you fold it in half. And you start on the creased side, not the open side, the creased side. And you just take and you make a little snip on an angle up to the corner there. And you have a little piece. You have a fancy little bow like that. Okay, I'm just going to take and push all of this junk away. And then what I do is I just tuck the bows into the little hole there. And of course, it's a lot easier when I'm not doing it on camera. I take one of the pointy points and I just pull it through like so. And I bring it up in the back. Okay, and this is wonderful cotton ribbon. So it does shred, which is fine by me. And I'll take and I will pull these up. And maybe I'll just take the one in the back and I'll twist it. Okay, so that this way they kind of spring away from each other. And I'm going to grab it and I'm going to hold them together like so. Maybe I'll twist this one too. Okay, and this way they kind of create like an off-center, don't know what I want them to say, an off-center joining. And I'm going to take my little Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, and I'm just going to staple my bow in place. So see, by flipping them, they kind of go at different angles. And then we'll do it again on this one. And we will have our little tags done and our little folio done. And I think what I might do is I might... I might try to get the ribbon through. I might take and make a short little video and do a flip through because I did decorate the folio, the file folder flip journal that we made yesterday. Well, it'll be yesterday for you. I did decorate it a little bit more, and I intend to decorate this folio a little bit more as well. So what I might do is I might do a little short video showing what the 2 items look like. All right, let's see. Let's flip this one too. And this way we can get that little off center, what do you call it? Off center view. Okay, is that going to work? Let's see. All right, we got it like that. It's not all fired important, but I just like them to look a little bit messy. And of course, let's try this again. Maybe that one should go that way. All right. Let me grab my tiny attacher and slide it on here. And once I kind of grip it, I can just put a little staple in. And there we go. We have two cute little tag toppers. And we can tuck our tags into the pockets of our journal, our little folio rather. One like that. And one, whoop, like that. And there we go. There you have it. All right, so we have two of them. All right. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to make that short little video, and I will post that separately, showing how I'm going to decorate up both of these folios and also how I finished up the little file folder flip journal. Okay? Well, thank you everyone for watching, and I'm going to send you lots of love and big hugs and ask you to please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, because it really does help my channel. Well, of course, the number of subscribers helps my channel. That goes without saying. But all of the likes and the comments, they really help as well. And I'm just going to jump up because I want to grab something. I will be doing a drawing. If I can get up to 1,500 subscribers, I have this cute little tag set, stamp set, which I will be giving away as a prize when and if I reach 1,500 subscribers. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to win this. Yeah, so that's about it. Love, hugs, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you soon. Bye.